All right, guys, welcome to, whoops, you guys saw behind it. This is the pilot episode of The Advocator. So what is The Advocator? That's a great question. It's a show about what you guys are doing. This is going to be your time to shine. So this is brand new. This is our pilot episode, so we're willing to make changes for what works. The basic idea is that you guys give us a link in the comment section on the Facebook feed, which is going off of my personal profile, Rob Anderson, so you guys can jump on in there, put your links, and we'll talk about it. Everyone gets 5 minutes of fame. We got to fix that. See, it should say 5 minutes of fame. And announcements will get a New York Minute meeting as quick as we can tell it. We will. We're making this up as we go, so suggestions are obviously welcome. All links that are brought on air will wind up in the thread for the video. So this is going to be a weekly thing. This is going to be something that will probably be shared at least one other time during the week, probably towards the end of the week. Probably like in a weekend recap, probably Friday night, I would say we'd rerun this because we're trying to change how we give content on the site. We want to go for less of a repetitiveness, more of a new kind of just brand new. Let's just leave it at that. That's simple like that. So we're going to be checking in with our Facebook group the whole evening. You guys can tell us what you want us to talk about, and we'll just go from there. So while we're live and we're waiting for people to join us, some cool people are probably going to be lining up. We're going to talk about, I guess, the first link in there is my link. So I'll talk about my book, no problem, while everyone tries it. This is the first show. I don't know how many people are actually aware of it. You have a tendency to be late. We're going to try not to be late. This will be at 6 p.m. on Mondays. And we're using a timer right now. We have 2 minutes and 45 seconds for an intro. So I'll use that intro time to introduce myself because I haven't done that. My name is Mr. Anderson, and I am the advocating voice for indie comics, and mostly the advocating voice for myself. I am the unboxable advocating creator, and I am also now known as the devilish indie creator. I have a website called MrAnderson.com. That's S-I-N, and we're going to take a look at it right now. You can also find it under MrAnderson.website, but either one works. So this is my website. You guys can see I'm the devilish creator right there. I'm going to be your host for this program. We're going to have a lot of guest stars. If it takes off in popularity, who knows? Maybe we'll have a weekend edition where someone else is the actual guy or gal who does the show for us. For some reason, the mic was muted on YouTube. Hopefully, we didn't miss too much. Just in case, YouTube, if you were muted and couldn't hear us for some silly reason, the mic was muted. This is The Advocator, where we're going to be talking about all the different projects that you have going on. So please leave a message in our Facebook link or in your YouTube section. We're going to see it more from the Facebook, but if you have a link on the YouTube and you write something on the YouTube and we don't get it because we're not used to looking at it, we'll make sure to put it on the program's thread page. So at least you'll get that just for being in YouTube. And if we start getting a lot of people talking under us on YouTube, we'll, of course, go there. All right, I think we're just about out of time for the timer. So I got a minute, but we're going to change it. So we got the countdown to the end of the show. We have 56 minutes. We're going to give Fetish Babies 5 minutes. So let's do that. Let's set up a 5-minute timer for Fetish Babies. And here we go. So let's check out my story. Everyone that watches these videos to see why they should back a Kickstarter. I can give you a lot of reasons that don't matter. The most important reasons are the fact that it's important. It's a story that should be told, has to be told, to change the narrative. This is Fetishism Tales, Volume 1, The Fetish Baby, a story of a young woman's journey through the New York City fetish underground that exposes sexual bias and hopefully brings light to the fact that people with fetishes have humanity. Please join me in making this project something big that can change the perspective of all those around the world who think people with fetishes are nothing more than a joke. Please support Fetishism Tales Volume 1, The Fetish Baby, and look forward to more New York 1-minute videos brought to you by me while I visit New York, the home of this story. All right, guys, so this has been my project. It's been really fun to do. We announced some cool stuff, and we're going to be doing something. I was talking to Travis Gibb, of course, the active project manager behind the ADVOCATOR comic book series. That's right. This show has its own comic books. So, with that in mind, the fact that it has its own comic book series, we were talking about, just stuff. And he gave me a few suggestions. So what we're going to wind up doing, we're going to be going back. So one of the things that I knew worked really well in the first one, and for whatever reason, I just never went back to the well on this. And I know the reason. It was just pain in the rear. But it was very popular. Okay, so we did these whole specialized shirts that you could only get on Kickstarter. And people liked it. So we're gonna wind up adding those in the next 24 hours. So that's really, really exciting, and I'm looking forward to it. We're also going to be adding in some I don't know the exacts, because right now I am trying to work out the exact details on how we're going to do this. But some sort of cover variant where we can personalize the cover to people. Like I said, we got to work out the details on it, but it'll be customizable. And we're even going to do a customized t-shirt where you can say, it'll say, I am a blah, which will be master, switch, sub, slave. You'll be able to pick the pronoun. And my name is, and we'll have your name at the bottom. And I backed Fetish Babies in 2018. Fetishism Tales Volume 1, The Fetish Baby Barbara in 2018. And then on the back of the shirt, we'll have, on the back of the shirt, we're going to have the cover art for it. Or we might even do the back of the t-shirt. So it's pretty exciting. We're looking forward to it. And that's Fetishism Tales Volume 1, the collected edition. And we have 1 minute and 36 seconds. So I'm going to take that time and roll the original video. Go.
Hi, my name is Alyssa Anderson, and I am the co-creator of Fetish Babies, and I'm here to take a minute to explain what Fetish Babies is. We live in a time where misinformation has replaced information, and despite being a time where we are supposed to be accepting of each other, we still judge each other without getting to know one another. So we created a comic to start replacing misinformation with information, to show that people who like tying someone up or like to be tied up aren't just damaged billionaires. Fetish Babies is the story of Barbara, a young, attractive woman who is desperate to jumpstart her fetish lifestyle. Barbara learns quickly that in life, we are a sum of our choices, and that's what this story is about, our choices and their consequences. It also gives insight into the mind of someone who is fetish inclined and shows how human these feelings are, and relatable despite the context. Whether you're curious about bondage or BDSM, or someone who just doesn't get what is so great about whips and chains, or even maybe a teacher of BDSM classes, this is the story for you. It is a well-written story that uses a relatable character that makes you want to follow along with this young woman's journey, all while treating your eyes to some truly amazing art that is by itself worth the price of admission to this journey. The goal of writing this wasn't to preach or tell people how to live, but instead show how human people are with fetishes and examine the complexities that are what we call fetishes and the lifestyles it inspires. And unlike some other stories about BDSM, we, the creators, didn't Google BDSM and blend the search results together with a Lifetime movie plot. Instead, we use experience and firsthand knowledge to create stories that feel real, almost non-fiction in nature, because they are based on real events. A mix of stories from over 3 decades that help you, the reader, see the dangers and excitements of the BDSM subculture. And if we did our creating right, the fetish bug just might bite a few of you who read this. This is the year that bondage, BDSM, and fetish stop being bad words. This is the year of fetish babies.
So it actually did really well that year. We had a much better time. We've gotten beaten up. We don't have any other links right now, but I'm not going to continue to talk about this topic. Everything gets 5 minutes. So I'm just going to I'm just going to finish this so we can get hopefully some people putting in their stuff. This is brand new. 6 o'clock might be a little early for the West Coast. We might push this to a 7 o'clock show. We're going to see. Like I said, this is a pilot show, so we're working it. We're making it happen. So in the meantime, we're going to go to, and this is what we'll do. If we ever have a slow show, we're going to go to something I was doing today. So this is going to be our next topic. We'll put up the screen. We'll give it 5 minutes, and we're going to see what's going on right now. So I asked everybody, guys, what's going on? Comic-Con appearances, Kickstarters, Art of the Day, Art for the Art. We got to change that real quick. It should say Art of the Day. Art for Art of the Day. Actually, I got it right. Art for Art of the Day. Go. So this is what we got. We got Johnny Phantasm and Tales of New Detroit, which we'll wind up putting on the show now. We'll give that 5 minutes. Chuck is going to be at the Alamo City Comic-Con this October 26, 27, 28. That's right. That's this weekend. In San Antonio, Texas at booth A433. And because he's my editor, that means my books are going to be sold in Texas for the first time ever. How cool is that? And then remember, that's something important to think about when you guys are doing books with people to, I know there's this almost idiotic thing with writers where they don't give their books to their creative team. They don't share books with their creative team, which I think is idiotic. I honestly do. I think you're missing an opportunity. And I know there's printing costs, so work it out with the people, man. Work it out. I now have the fourth monkey at my table, which for those of you on the Facebook experience can see the cover of this. So now I'm actively selling this book at Comic-Cons. It's an amazing book. It's got some amazing people. And to be honest, the one story I talk about more than my own is Bob Sally's story about abuse. I absolutely love what he did. And to be honest with you, I haven't actually read it yet. I've been talking about it so much, but yet I have not fully read it. I did read some of it and was very thrilled. I don't know how it ends yet. I kept getting distracted right when I was getting to the ending. So I'm super excited about that. And I want to be super excited about everyone's stuff. So if you're sharing it with your creative team, I can maybe see it when you're not there at a show in Florida because maybe there's a creator in Florida that you have. Think about it. Championship City Comic-Con C4 at the Akron Comic-Con. Akron, that's going to be November 3rd and 4th, coming next weekend, not this weekend. Chicken Month from Dan Noakes. Let's take a look at this. Let's dive into this. Okay, so this is day 22. Chicken USD rejected. Coming soon from 21st Century Sand Shark Studios. 31 days of the Century. What is it? The 21st Century Sand Shark Studios Spokes Chicken. Oops. That's going to be rendered by Dan Noakes, who I've seen a lot this year. And I'm excited to see his energy. If you haven't met Dan Noakes in person, you're kind of missing out. He's got an energy, and it's cool to be around. He's a smart ass, but he also has this almost kid-like energy and purity to him. It's so cool. I love hanging out with him. I wish we could hang out more. We just always seem to be at a show where by the time we could hang out, I've got to feed Jax, and you know how it is dealing with Jax, the 3-year-old hunger. It's a real struggle. So this is Patreons get first look exclusive a day early. So that's pretty cool. Try to make that Patreon thing work. Of course, we talked about Fetish Baby, so I won't take much more time. John Crawford is a backer. Oh, so that means we have 31 amazing backers now? Or did he back it already? I'm sorry, I'm cheating. I'm going to look. I'm going to see if we got an extra backer yet. No, he's one of the backers, though. So he's always awesome. He's always backing me. 30 great people have backed me. I'm super psyched about it. And now normally with a Kickstarter like that, I wouldn't talk about who's backing it because I understand privacy issues, especially for this one. But He said it publicly. Uh-oh. Someone calls me. Whoever it is, they're going to have to leave a message. It can't be that important at 6:15 p.m. More than likely a telemarketer. It's not even a bill collector. Even bill collectors have better hours. It's always telemarketers at 6 o'clock. So they think they're going to get you during dinner. That's what I'm trying to do right now. Trying to take away my shtick. So Ed Brickford is going to be at the Alamo City Comic-Con. I don't know where Alamo City is. I believe that's the San Antonio area, if I'm not mistaken, because that's where, I mean, Chuck said it's in San Antonio. He lives in Texas, so I'm guessing it's San Antonio. But I don't even know. I know it's in Texas, and Texas is huge. So these two gentlemen will be there. Make sure you tell them that Rob Anderson said hi. Let's see. Whoop, 5 minutes is up, but we're going to give ourselves an exclusive 5 more minutes to talk about this because we can. We're going to do it. So we got some other great stuff. We got we got a YouTube. It's going to be a live YouTube tonight at 8 p.m. So if you're watching this live or in replay on Monday before 8 p.m. Eastern, you guys can check this out on YouTube. We'll make this link, this particular link, available on Kickstarter. So this will be something we featured. So it'll be featured on the show. Let's see, what else do we have to talk about today? My friend Sylvester Edmonds is going to be Waking Eyes comic at Southern Maryland Comic-Con November 10th. It's very cool. Gary Henderson has a picture of his wife, Patty. Oh, that's so sweet. I like it. I dig it. Very cool art, Gary. I'm going to go ahead and give that a like. Here's one of the Kickstarters that, damn it, I keep forgetting to add, but I know I have to. This is one of the ones that have to make it. I just did the 60 seconds, not 60 seconds, I'm sorry, the Now on Kickstarter program. And I'm trying to work some bugs out with the stuff that we're doing. I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to give him some love right now in a minute. We're going to feature him. And Scott Joseph is going to be at the Los Angeles Comic-Con this weekend. He's booth 1703. So let's give it a refresh, make sure we haven't missed anyone on it. And sometimes, nope, we're all caught up on that. All right, so we're gonna go to our clock, and we're gonna do Johnny Phantasm. So we're gonna get rid of our 3-minute here, and instead we're gonna give Johnny 5 minutes on the clock. And here we go. Okay, I'm just going to turn that off because that was super annoying to hear. I don't know why there's that background sound. But there wasn't a narration. It was just music, so I don't think we're missing a lot as we watch this together. You guys can hear him dropping things in the background. It's one of those days. Ooh, finds his place in a broken city. Ooh. The art's pretty cool. I definitely dig it, man. I absolutely love that. I'd seen someone I thought was actually Johnny Phantasm as a cosplayer this weekend. He didn't have the skull look, but the human look, so I thought maybe because I'd seen some of this where there was the picture of him like that. See, someone was dressed similar to that, so I actually thought they were doing that. I was like, wow, man, this guy's cool. He's up to date on what's going on, but nope. So then, as the city's newest demon crime boss, so, you know, if you're going to have a crime boss, I guess having a demon one makes sense. Join us on this journey. It's a cool journey for certain. I like the before and afters, like how they show that. I wish I had more time for videos, because I actually like playing around videos, and I was getting somewhat good. But the problem is that they're so time intensive. And for what I do with Indie Advocates, I can spend 25 minutes on an actual I can spend 25 minutes on a video, or I can do a live video like this and give a lot of more content. And that's what we wind up doing. The one thing that I am a little concerned about is this, the fact that names are shown. So if I did Indiegogo, this would show everyone's names. And it also shows what people pledge. I don't know if I like that or not about Indiegogo. I think that should be private, but that's just the American in me who is taught not to share anything about what I make in at work and all that. You know how it is. We're not supposed to talk about our money. And here's the finished art that we were just looking at. So that's pretty cool. And remember, guys, if you want to have your stuff featured on this show, please, by all means, right now, put it in the comment section, and we will check it out. So here we go. Johnny Phantasm. We have, I think it says we have about a minute, 2 minutes, just about. So take a look at these perks. So now, unlike the other thing, they have perks instead of pledges. You can get the Ghost package. It's a digital for $15. They have the shirt, which is kind of one of those cool shirts. I actually like those. I call them like the baseball shirts. That's what I always see people doing. I don't know if it's still called a baseball jersey. I think they call it. I don't know. But I always like the cut of that shirt. Let's see. You got the Mob Boss package. It's pretty cool. You got the Black Diamond package. See, the one thing I like about Kickstarter, and I don't know if it's just certain people aren't filling it out to the full extent, but I don't see as much detail on the packages usually on Indiegogo as I do on the other projects. And of course, Johnny Phantasm is an 80-page story of a 1970s New Detroit hitman. I don't know why it's New Detroit. Is there a New Detroit that I don't know about? It's possible. A lot of cities and stuff. Who has the ability to care? Who has lost the ability to care, sorry. He has pushed away his family, his love, and feeling of empathy. Uh-oh. When a routine hit on a corrupt priest goes sideways, Johnny is cursed with an immense otherworldly power at the price of what's left of his soul. A mix of underworld gangsters, disco balls, violence, and voodoo. Johnny Phantasm is Beetlejuice meets Scarface. What more could you ask for? So that's kind of cool. So there's definitely going to be cocaine in this. So we're down to 7 seconds. So our next thing on the show today, we're going to check out the highest drop kick. And there's our bell. The highest drop kick in wrestling. It's the Killer Bees. 5 minutes begins now. And let's tell Johnny's on the show.
Brian and I are on a run. We've got 2 wins over the Hearts in non-title matches, and hopefully maybe mass confusion will prevail, and we'll be the new World Tag Team.
Hey, wrestling fans, I'm so excited to tell you the Squared Circle second issue of the Killer Bee comic book is coming out in a couple weeks. And I want everybody to quick start, jump start, whatever you can do to get this thing rolling. You know why? Because it's going to be on me. Brian has had his own comic for a year now. So finally, the second issue, Jumpin' Jim Brunzell, is coming out, to be followed soon by the third, the Killer Bees. So let's get this thing kick-started right.
At Squared Circle Comics, we love professional wrestling. It's superstars, it's drama, it's rich history of vibrant personalities and cultural touchstones. Our new comic, The Killer Bees, delves beneath all the bluster and spectacle to show that the wrestling industry is built of people, real ones, with real lives, real challenges, and real triumphs. The Killer Bees is an authorized comic biography of tag team legends B. Brian Blair and Jumpin' Jim Brunzell. This issue is based on personal interviews conducted by writer John Crowther with one half of the duo, Jumpin' Jim. The entire series is expertly illustrated by comics and animation legends Del Barris, with colors by Andrew Page. This volume details the early career of Jim Brunzell, the high-flying wrestler from White Bear Lake, Minnesota, who dazzled the wrestling world with the highest drop kick in the industry. You'll experience his meteoric rise as Minnesota's high school state high jump champion, star of the University of Minnesota's football and track teams, and one half of the 2-time American Wrestling Association World Tag Team Champions, the High Flyers. Our Kickstarter campaign focuses on issue 2 of the Killer Bees. But if you missed it the first time around, you can also score a copy of issue 1. The new book is available in Kickstarter exclusive or standard cover options, as well as an autographed, oversized magazine edition. You will also be able to select autographed action figures, trading cards, and photos, along with opportunities to have your likeness drawn into the final issue of the series, and to get your hands on original art by Del Barris. Whatever your preferences, we definitely have a Killer Bees rewards package for you. Thanks for taking a look at our campaign and your support.
All right, guys, so that looks pretty cool. Let's dive in a little bit. Just take a quick look around. I believe we have about 2 minutes on the clock, so we can give a couple scrollies. I'm a huge wrestling fan, and I'll be honest with you, I don't really remember the Killer Bees that much. They didn't leave an impression on me as a young kid. I do remember them. It wasn't a good or a bad impression. I don't know if they weren't featured as much necessarily, because I definitely remember them. You guys can get the actual autograph things. And I remember they were a good name. And I remember he was in a singles career, I want to say in a WCW for a little bit of time. Maybe they both went to WCW. Like I said, they just weren't like my fan base. Or it hadn't earned my fan base for whatever reason as a kid. This goes back to when I was a kid. I'm sure now a little older. I mean, these guys look like they're the innovator of the actual new style of high-flying excitement. So very awesome. John Crofton, of course, has a library that you wouldn't even realize. Let me see if they actually, okay. Here we go. This is just a taste of the actual bundle that he has. You have the Killer Bees 1 and 2. You can have the edition of Bruno Sammartino, edition of Bobby Fulton and the Fantastic, an edition of Nikolai Volkov 1 through 3. Wow. You're getting all 3 of them. You get the digital edition of Jacksaw Jim Duggan, and you get the digital edition of the genius Lenny Pavlov. It's a lot of awesomeness there. That's like my childhood. Like Nikolai was huge. Hacksaw Jim Duggan was huge. And I remember my grandfather, who I call Juju, because he's from the Ukraine, absolutely loved Hacksaw Jim Duggan and hated Nikolai Volkov. I mean, he would get really upset. I know he liked Bruno Sammartino a lot. Bruno really isn't my guy, but of course I respect what he did in Legacy. Because when I was big on Hulk Hogan, like everyone else. But that's it. The bell's about to ring. There it is. So we're going to move on, and we're going to give a 1-minute promotional talk. So here we go, 1 minute to explain this. So we're going to check out the Scientist comic book. But my friend, Jeff Weber, shared this with me, and I noticed there's no actual art there. So I want to hook up my friend here, and I want to help him out. And there it is, Terminal Pulp. I swear that's on the site, and it's just not in the right place. Me and Travis were talking about that. But anyway, let me get to my minute. So here you go. You go to something called Facebook Debugger, look up Facebook Debugger, go to the official link, and then when you put the official link in, hit debug, you're going to get all this. Now, notice how it's very bland. Hit scrape again. Okay, and then we'll do it again. And I swear normally it does something better than it's doing right now. And I don't know why it's not working right now. That is so weird. Usually what'll happen is it brings up something for you guys to see, and it's just not doing it right now. So, oh well, I tried. Maybe it's because it's a cross link and it's not fully hitting it. Let's see if the actual official link shows off something different. So let's go to that. So this is the official link. Here, let me see. Maybe if we fix the official link, we can fix that one. So we're going to put the time. We're going to start the timer in. Oh yeah, see, this is why, because it's a redirect. Redirects are a little harder if the redirect takes that long. So quickly, because well, I mean, it doesn't have to be that quickly. So what happens here is that some see, it's not even picking this up right now because of that. So we get rid of this reference code. Trying to see if I can get. Here we go. I want to get a clean link. Yeah, so now we get the clean link. So that redirect, it actually reloads on a program. So basically the site still gets the hit. Like I've talked about this, where I won't get the site hit, so I won't know what did it. My site automatically redirects without that middleman. There's a middleman there. So now I scraped that, so now we can see it. Oh, apparently, oh, this is the first one. That's not what we wanted. Screwing up here. We're supposed to be going to the second one. So we go to the second one here. There we go. 17 days to go. Jeff Weber. So let's take a look. Maybe if we do this, we can help him fix it. I don't know. We're going to see. I'm going to take a chance here. Nope. All right. So it's that redirect. So if there wasn't for that redirect, you could actually do it. So Facebook debugger is a good thing. But let's give the 5-minute timer and check out what's going on with the scientists. That's why I like this program, because now we got anyone in the comment section can get featured.
There is no denying it now. The threat is real. The experiment has begun.
Only when you have a headache does the screeching really bother you. You hear it in everything.
Welcome back to The Scientists. I'm Jeff Weber, and along with my co-creator Trent Beckett, we've channeled our passion for 80s young adult ensemble adventures into comic form. It's a passion project I've committed to finishing in his memory. In The Scientists, a group of young prodigies find themselves the unwitting subjects of a mysterious experiment. To escape, they're going to have to undertake a perilous journey full of twists and turns, and not everybody's going to make it. When he got to this section of the story, Trent commented, "It's kind of fun writing a genius-centric Goonies that could turn thriller at any moment." In the first chapter, we met the kids and followed them on their journey to a supposed national science fair. They were kidnapped and awoke to find themselves inexplicably wearing hazmat suits. Now we're picking up where the action really kicks in. They learn the hard way that the air is toxic and a relentless killer robot is hunting them down. Where can they run? Who can they trust? How can they escape from the scientists? The second volume brings us up to page 87, the halfway point in our story, and some of the popular features from the first campaign are back. That means more 3D pages and another volume of the Synthwave soundtrack. If you're a returning reader, thank you for your continued support, and if you're a new reader, now is the perfect time to get caught up. The experiment has begun.
Now, we're going to quickly jump back over because we actually had it loaded and I have the opportunity. I want you to see the first, since it does tie in with the first and second book. Let's see. All right. We're going to go back to the first Kickstarter and watch that video. How cool would that be? I think we should have just enough time to accomplish it.
12 student prodigies. 1 national science fair. No chance of survival. The experiment has begun.
Do you love ensemble kid adventure stories like they made back in the 1980s? They were dark, dangerous, and didn't pull their punches. Hi, I'm Jeff Weber, magician, inventor, and father of 4 boys, and I'm also co-creator of The Scientists. I began The Scientists over 10 years ago with my friend Trent Beckett. Everybody who knew him was devastated by his death in 2007. But I found that working on this was a way to maintain a feeling of connection, and I promised I'd finish it as a way to honor him. Part 1, The Prodigies, is the first of 4 parts, and it's finished and ready to go. I just need your support to print the physical copies. This 44-page comic was painted in black and white acrylic. And if you're digging the music that goes with this video, then you'll love the Science of Synthwave soundtrack, based on the synthesizer music soundtracks of the 1980s. Other cool rewards include a 3D variant cover, which comes complete with a pair of 3D glasses. The main cover was photographed from a diorama, and I'm offering a DIY diorama kit based on that art so you can recreate it for yourself. Now I'm bringing my first large-scale comic to Kickstarter to help maximize the potential audience I can reach. I've already put in a massive amount of work on this because I really believe this is a great story the whole world needs to see. Thanks for checking out The Scientists. Be sure to join the experiment and pledge. As soon as this project is fully funded, I'll be ready to launch part 2, which is also finished and ready to go. You guys don't want to miss what happens next. How cool is that building?
So now you get the full idea of what's going on with this, and I think that what was important, we have 8 seconds left. So I'm excited about that. I can't wait for issue number 2. We're just going to add in the Johnny. Oh, time's up. We're going to do a 1-minute timer to quickly add in some Johnny stuff. If we have to, we'll take away a minute from the wrap-up, at the 5-minute wrap-up at the end of the show to get someone else on there. But I wanted to get Johnny in there, and I wanted to get John Crother's amazing, the highest drop kick ever. And I love these books because they're also historical in nature, so you get to learn things about your fandom. So it's awesome. 13 days to go. Super excited. Let's see if anyone's added anything. Okay. We're going to do Terminal. And I've been trying, I swear this is on my site, and I just, for some reason, is not showing up on the show like it's supposed to. Because I remember adding this at a point. It's been so crazy. I swear we've seen this, but we're going to give it the 5 minutes it deserves, starting now while I cough to death. Now, I'm not sure if that is acceptable music or not. So without knowing that, we're going to mute it because I don't want to get any comments from there. Let's see. Like the line work in that. It's pretty beautiful, actually. I'm digging it, man. I like the terminal thing too. Instantly reminds me of the airport. Making comics dangerous again. That should have been my line, apparently, because I'm getting so much hate on Facebook. Hundreds of pages of digital comics. I have that in my library now. Always punch Nazis. See, now, kids, don't go punching Nazis. But Nazis will more than likely punch you back. So, just as an FYI, don't punch a Nazi. Just ignore them and shame them. Don't go starting fights. Never ends well. People get ran over by people driving cars. It's ugly. Don't start fights. No one ever wins in a fight. Except a war, and then apparently there's winners. And I don't fully understand that either, but here's the terminal. I like that cover. It reminds me, it's reminiscent of something like Marvel would do, and I like the fact that each different issue kind of flows on the platform. So that's pretty cool, actually. Why 8,000 this time? Okay, so let's see. First off, we had the luxury of having coloring our own cost covered. This time around, we need to employ the outside assistance of colorists. See, now that's really interesting because a lot of times I come to Kickstarter, me personally, I only ask for the printing costs. So I don't know. I guess it's give and take, and there's nothing wrong with asking for help building a Kickstarter. But like real talk, as the kids say, do they still say that? Those kids. Real talk. I don't ask people to pay for the art because I still want to own the art. I almost feel like if you're asking people to pay for the art, shouldn't they own part of it? Even if it's on Kickstarter, but that's neither here nor there. Always don't punch Nazis again. Making comics dangerous again. Yeah, there's going to be comic codes because of these amazing creators, man. They should make that one of those little gambling chips. So we have exactly 2 minutes to check something cool out with this. So what should we do? I'm like a kid in the candy store. You know what we'll do? Let's do this. Let's see if we can go back and see the initial terminal pub. Let's get a reminder of this. We'll give them. Let's see the video here. Let's see this. All right, let's see. Hold on. All right, so it's gonna have music again, and again, I'm not sure if this is bad music. Okay, so they were back. Mika Myers. I like the art. I definitely see a difference in coloring, though. I can't lie. I do see there's a between this and that. And just Dan Noakes is commenting real quick. I said you were on the show. You were. We were talking about your chicken because you put it in the chicken month because you had it in that cool area. We're just about out of time, so I'll roll back because there's something in there that we want to check out. Since Dan is here, we'll do it. Not sure you should keep Thor in there, though. Might be a little bit copyrighted stuff. Yeah, I wouldn't suggest doing that. The mouse is not at all kidding about that kind of stuff. But that's all the time we have as the gong hits now. So we're gonna have to. You guys can check that out. Definitely suggest it. We're gonna let's see what do we got left. We got 18 minutes on the clock, so I'm gonna give myself a let's see, so 17 minutes. I'll take the 3 minutes. I'll take 3 minutes off the clock to go back and see if anyone's updated our section and see if we can get some more stuff for the show. So I think my friend Martha added this, and then Dan had mentioned the chicken. So I'm going to show him that he was on the show. We were talking about this, Dan. This is what we were talking about. So let's see. There's Martha now. She just liked it because I tagged her in it, telling her to bring over her comic book to this and the link in here. But we're going to have it on the show. See, new stuff being added. And, you know, we're not going to stand on ceremony on a show like this. This is about advocating for people. It's the advocator. So if I can find a place that someone is doing something, I can actually drag it into this show. I'm going to try to drag it into this show. So there's never going to be a slow moment. Remember, guys, like anything else, sharing this show is going to be able to help not just yourself, but other people. That's the whole point of shows like this. Brian K. Morris does, I'm doing, and there are other creators out there who are beginning to do this. And this is all about rising tide, and we can all rise together. So that's what we need to do. And we're going to be featuring as many different things as we can. It doesn't just have to be a Kickstarter show. We do a Kickstarter show on the weekend. We want some exclusive stuff as you're going. Martha, if you have some new art to show us from the project, if you guys come here, give us more than a link. Give us something new. Excite the community. Give them like a new video. Jump on, if you guys want to be on a video, jump on the video with me. This is the initial show, of course, so I'm not really like forcing anyone to be here. I wanted to do this kind of on my own, but I might have co-hosts in the future. Let's see. Jeff Weber says, I also want to plug Rob Shields' Kickstarter, Neon Wasteland. It's awesome. Can you give me a link, Jeff, and we'll give it a quick look? We don't have full permission, but we can give it a once over and give it a look and tell people where we are. And if you want, tag Rob in here, and we'll actually wind up being able to give Rob some time on the show, hopefully. We got, let's see how much time we have left. We have 15 minutes, so we have time for 2 more unless we go a little faster and we go into a lightning round. All right, we're going to try to do a lightning round. Jeff, if you're still around and watching, and I think you are, hook me up. We're going to do a lightning round. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a 15-minute timer. This is going to be a lightning round now. So here we go. 15 minutes, and we'll do a 5-minute wrap-up. If we have to bite into the 5-minute wrap-up, then that's just what we're going to do. But here we go. Deep breath. I'm going to take a soda. We're going to start a lightning round. Now, seed seekers will start our lightning round. I don't have a video to play on this, so it looks like my scratchy voice is going to wind up doing. This is Seed Seekers, Volume 1. I'm sorry, Volume 3, Toby or Not Toby, Seed Seekers Story 3. I pledged $10 because I love this story. I love the energy. I love Martha. She's a great creator. I love running into her and talking with her. I just never have a lot of time. Let's see. Martha says, love most of these Kickstarters. Keep posting. Yeah, there are a lot of great Kickstarters right now. I might be getting my butt kicked on Kickstarter because my competition is fierce right now. Let's see. You got some cool add-ons. And there's a crossover, believe it or not, coming between Barbara from Fetish Babies and Seed Seekers. It will not be fetish related, even though in this picture I noticed that she has a whip as I'm saying that. It's just Barbara being a cosplayer. And I'm super excited to see something like this continuing because you know what? This is cool. I like it. I dig it. You know, I like the art style. It's reminiscent of like my 1980s cartoons. I really, really dig it. I like the coloring. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I could still make it. Let's not remember that on Kickstarter, it's all about how you end, nothing more. All I need is some help. Some people sharing it, and it can go viral. And I have seen Kickstarters, and this is why I'll never, 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 never give up on a Kickstarter. I could be 10 minutes in and 10 minutes left and still need $6,000, and I could still make it in 10 minutes. You don't give up until the last minute, and if you fail, you dust off, you get back up, and you do it better. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to start exploring new ideas on backing, and if people like it, then maybe we can use the information we learn now for the Kickstarter later. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? I think it makes sense. But I'm going to scroll back because I missed some comments. Okay, John says he agrees there are so many quality projects right now on Kickstarter. I know, man. Thank you, Martha, for keep sharing. We're going to continue on as time ticks away on our program. We're going to check out Goth Ghost Girl. Oh, my God, I love Goth Girls. And Bloodbath Comics. She's back, a comic book about a murder goth star back from the dead because rock and roll can never die. And I'm going to quickly put
Hey, everybody. This is John Schlimm Jr., creator and writer of Goth Ghost Girl. And I am here in the recording studio where Schlimsicle broadcasts her gaming streams on Twitch to tell you about Goth Ghost Girl 2, Bloodbath, which we're launching right now on Kickstarter. Our approach this time really is gratitude because artist Sergio Quijada and I are so extremely grateful for your backing that got the first issue off the ground, launched Ovation Comics, and now we're coming back at you with issue number 2, as many of you have requested. And really, we want to approach this with how can we make this experience even better for you? How can we take what we did in issue number 1 and build on that for issue number 2? How can we make the whole Kickstarter experience attractive to you again a second time, and really how can we make it attractive to new backers as well? The creative element really is the easy part. I have got countless stories outlined, plotted, some scripted, and a very cool subplot that's working its way through all of them that's going to provide some thrills and chills down the line if you stick with the series as we go on. And Sergio's artwork really speaks for itself. The animation style is loved by so many people, and it really brings the characters in the world to life in a way that no other artist could do. So our biggest struggles with the first campaign were really the logistics of pulling together a campaign that, like I said, far exceeded our expectations. We added stretch goals that were awesome, but none of them had been in production, so we were starting from scratch, and that really bogged down our whole production schedule. It also gave some challenges for our printer, who delivered a beautiful product in the end, but that bogged down the production schedule as well. Then we were challenged with some of the shipping issues. I really bungled the international shipping, and I apologize that to our backers all over the world. But the good news is that those stressful and disappointing challenges really provided great experience for us. So I'm confident now that the shipping and distribution, for example, will be handled much more efficiently, particularly the international side of things. And the creative side, we are ready to go. We are focused on the story, what we're trying to do. Sergio's working hard on the artwork already. Bernardo will be jumping in to work on the lettering. So all things are in place to make this an attractive project for everyone to get excited about. Again, I'm hoping you'll take a look at the pledge levels we have. We have a few more than we did last time, and that's because we've tried to have some packages, especially for new readers. They can get issue 1 and 2 and a couple of different combination styles. And also for the collectors, we have 2 different covers for issue number 2 this time. And when you pledge at the print level, you get to choose which cover you'd like, or you could choose both covers if you'd like to have both variants. Sergio and I have put a lot of time, energy, money, and love into this project. We love creating this character. We love telling her stories, and we love sharing it with you. In fact, one of the coolest things about the whole Kickstarter process is that we get to interact with you guys before, during, and after the whole production. And that makes the whole thing really especially special for us. So from the bottom of our hearts, thank you so much for your support, your backing. Even if you decide not to financially back us this time, maybe you'll spread the word, because that's one of the toughest things for independent creators is to get the word out about their projects. And I'll leave you with Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween to you too, my friend. We got Neon Wasted Land, and then I've got some cool stuff to show off. This is Martha's Kickstarter, and for some reason it didn't show, so I want to get the cool preview for Martha in there. So let's do that. We have 8 minutes, but we have that 5-minute backup, so not worried yet. So let's check out the Neon thing real quick and then get over, because I know Martha went and posted something in the other the page, so we're going to want to go there and let's see. Did we have a failure? Yep, we had a failure. A failure to copy. So let's copy the link again. See if we can get this right the 3rd time, because we tried twice. Oh, see, we might have it. We might have it. There we go. Okay, so this is Neon Wasteland. 24 days to go. It's by Rob Shields. I don't know if Rob Shields is a friend of mine. Let's see if Rob Shields is a friend of mine. Wait. Rob Shields. I guess he's a friend of mine. So we're going to put welcome to the show. Thanks to Jeff. Spelling Jeff's. No, Jeff Weber. All right, so here we go. Let's check out. And again, I don't know if we're going to have to mute this because of music. All right, we got no results on Shazam, so we're actually going to be able to watch this. Now, I guess, guys, this looks freaking cool, man. Thank you, Jeff Weber, for bringing this to my attention. Loving this video. This would work great as a digital comic. Honestly, this is something that could be an amazing digital comic.
Wasteland is an all-new interactive comic book that uses augmented reality to bring every panel of the story to life. Using the AR app is easy. Just hold your Apple or Android device over the page, and the panels of the comic light up. This makes Neon Wasteland a mix between a comic book and a cartoon.
This is freaking
The main story takes place between 2 worlds, a post-apocalyptic wasteland Earth and a simulated reality where the souls of the dead are trapped inside a prison of zeros and ones. The AR app offers a number of bonus features. Explore animated environments, talk to the characters inside the story to learn more about them, collect a variety of technological oddities, decode secret messages, and unlock hidden doors. Exploring the comic will eventually lead you to moments of choice that allow you to alter the story in different ways. The choices you make will change panels of the comic to reveal hidden plot points and teasers for future issues. The book also comes with a built-in reset button. This is your DeadNet token. Place it in the reset machine in the back of the comic to reset the choices you've made so you can make all new ones. The interactive elements of the comic are designed to expand the Neon Wasteland universe, but are optional and not required to understand the main storyline. In addition to the comic book, we are also offering AR prints. Prints are available as add-on purchases. We're also offering a print pack that will start shipping December 1st, just in time for the holidays. 5 brand new limited edition prints will also be available as part of the comic book bundles. 2 all-new interactive prints will allow you to touch the faces of the animations to make them change. Other items available include animated stickers, buttons, a custom accelerator enamel pin, and 2 new AR t-shirts, which push the animation into the 3rd dimension. Both shirts are available in men's and women's sizes. For those of you who have followed the project in the past, you will know that we are also developing a standalone PC game for Neon Wasteland. That game is not...
Okay, hold on. I gotta stop for a second and just point out, they're trying to get me in trouble for staring at a girl's chest by doing this. I'm just saying I'm going to get in trouble by staring at a girl's chest who's wearing this shirt. It's going to happen. Because my ADHD will not be able to stop being like, whoa. And then the girl's going to think I'm a creep. Very dangerous to do this, but super freaking cool.
The project in the past, you will know that we are also developing a standalone PC game for Neon Wasteland. That game is not included in this Kickstarter, although an alpha demo is included once you reach a certain level. For a synopsis of the story and a more detailed look at all the rewards available, please take a look further down this page. Thank you so much for your support, and welcome to the Wasteland.
Oh my God, do I want to help promote this. This looks amazing. Seriously, Rob, if you watch this video, because I tagged you, please give us permission to put this on Kickstarter Talk and get it on our show, just because of how freaking cool that is. All right, speaking of freaking cool, I got some freaking cool stuff just added for Martha. Check it out. Some art for us to dig into it and drink it in, man. Digging it, man. I love the fact that this show can be able to do this, because this is going to give us something brand new. And we're down to just 2 minutes. I'm like fanning out right now, actually reading it. I'm being so rude to the live audience because I'm more interested in reading it. And I don't want to narrate it, because I don't have a good woman voice, and I don't want to try to do a woman voice and get in trouble for it, especially after the comment about staring at the girl's chest. But it's true, just where that was, man, that VR thing, I'm going to be looking at a girl's chest, and she's going to be mad at me. Okay, so, man, here we are, at the end of the show. I feel like it's that Saturday Night Live moment where they're like all standing around, the music is playing in the back. We got through it. We actually had a pretty jam-packed show. I can only imagine that with the way that this show went, that we're eventually probably going to have to expand this beyond an hour to cover everyone's thing with excitement. It might be, I don't want to do more than a 90-minute show. Maybe we'll do twice a week, because I really liked how this went. I hope you guys did too. By the way, for those who don't know, my name is Mr. Anderson, and this program has been brought to you by the Indie Advocates Network, live on YouTube, and I've been broadcasting live on Facebook via my personal profile, Rob Anderson. You can also like my Facebook page at Mr. Anderson on Facebook, and that'll give you some more creative stuff, less personality. That's my alter ego. The Indie Devil lives there. We're going to do this show again next week, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We want you guys to do all your links. All the links that you've seen today on the show will be collected, so you guys can find it on the website. It's going to be, we're also, believe it or not, and this is kind of cool, we've been broadcasting live as the show's been going on the entire time. The video has been in here, and it's also been here for anyone to play. So if someone had hit play right now, they could be watching it with us.
On the entire time. The video has been in here, and it's also been here for anyone.
I'm in the wrong place.
I'm
going to start playing another one. All right, so that's it. That's the show. Thank you guys for tuning in. With the gun, we're out of here. I appreciate it. Stay on Facebook for some advocating overtime.